There we go. Game number 3. The Thera under the inspection of the playtesters today for the 3rd time. Teams have been slightly altered again. Nelson was having such a good game that he decided to be the team captain and come back for the 3rd game and pick a dream team of himself, Barry Crisp, Nordic, Sarim, and Swoom. We'll see how well this lineup handles the Thera. CTs and Ts duking it out on a bomb site. CT's got absolutely cleaned off. They're now kind of stuck in the middle. Nordic behind the terrorist link, killed by Twinny. Been flanking Nelson from the top mid. And that's where Nelson will be having pretty dreams. Fast round. Fast bomb plant from the T side. On the T side lineup, we have Twinny, Alfred, Shady, Mankin Jarlkin, it's a hard name, and Sinsane. Twinny opening up the game strong with 3 kills to his name. Two rifles on the T side. Alfred bought an AK, Twinny with the Galil. Kind of flanking them from the B side. That's actually such a cool angle. All the way through the mid. Nice shot from Alfred. Nelson there, 1 versus 4. Twinny getting the last kill of the round. For team predictions, I think the Team Twinny is going to be swiping the floor a bit with the CTs here. I don't mind if to spectate like terribly one-sided matches. That means that they're usually a little bit more entertaining with crazy strats from the losing team coming across. But of course, I want to see more of the game, and if it's over in 20 minutes, what's the fun in that? Sarim has pushed into the terrorist link. Information should come in that they are already in B stairs above and not below, because that's Nelson. He's covering the bomb site nicely. T's have no info on him. Nelson has to be aware of Alfred flanking from there. Twinny and Mankin are both kind of stuck above. Mankin takes the plunge, and now Twinny is getting sandwiched. Absolutely sandwiched. That's T alive. Player number 7, who I cannot switch into using the number keys. That's Shady. Nice knife glove combo on Sarim. Show that knife. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Surprising combo. Look at that. Good job, CTs. Sarim has to, I think, at the end of the day, kind of carry the rest of the team. I think that's what's going to be happening if the CTs want to win. Twinny is definitely a formidable foe, as we have come across in the 2 games already played. Nordic is sneaking around CT spawn. He doesn't have to be doing that though. Twinny's already kind of pushed through the bomb site. Barry finding an awesome angle to play the CT side. Swoom, nice shot with the op. Swoom plays with like super large. Oh yeah. It is the piano. It's getting catching me off guard. Nice shot from Alfred. Also, speaking of catching someone off guard, Alfred with that AK headshot onto Barry Crisp. Alfred, another Finnish player. I'm not gonna say that we have an overabundance of Finnish players in the server, but we do have a lot of them. Me included. Nice run from the CTs. Good defense. That's a bomb site is definitely kind of a scary aspect to think about. Like 3 entrances on this side, and this counts as like 1.5, but rarely the T's are going to be pushing through there anyway. It's more of a rotation path to get out of the bomb site once you are a little bit in there, lost in the sauce. I didn't know that Barry Crisp got that cool M4 Temukao. It's very pretty. All the terrorists are kind of stuck within this like one donut loop of the middle. Also, he's not really aware where he's getting shot from on the first and the second occasion. Both the CTs are covering the bomb. Both kind of tucked away in the back parts of the bomb site. Nice nade from Nordic. Somehow Tweenie saw that nade coming in. Damn. Unlucky. Unlucky indeed. Quiet on the 5th round. Excuse me, 6th. 3-2 on the for the T side. Kind of a full eco from Swoom. 1600. Nordic with the P90. Doesn't really amount to much, except for bullet holes in the walls. Let's see if this boost amounts to anything. Except for a tower of power that... Yeah. That boost just got Siren killed. Unlucky indeed. Sustain with a nice pick. Nordic down in the pit. He's overtaken the B site. All the entrances are covered. I think Swoom is definitely better off to just save that before Nordic is pushing in. No defuse kits. No utility. Amazing shot from Tweenie getting that headshot. I think Nordic's body even like flew out of the map or something. It might have. I somehow believe Tweenie when he says that he knew that Nordic would jump there. Yeah. Nice run from the T's. Early smoke in the mid. Swoom is not even going to go for that peek, giving the whole mid to the T's. That is so powerful for the CTs if they actually understand how the whole B area works. And now this round the boost actually came through. Nordic got that kill. I don't think this boost is like even that bad. Maybe with like all the pebbles and the palm in the background. Actually, that might be helping the player recognition there. The information should soon pull through that the T's are planting on the B bomb side. And there is the plant. Shady and Tweenie alive on the bomb site. Nelson's contemplating his choices here. All the CTs are pushing through the choke points now. Tweenie and Shady definitely stuck in the bomb site. Doesn't push it through. Tweenie on that information. 1 versus 2. Nordic in the background. And he knows that Sarm is close. Sarm gets that shot. He has a kit. And that's an easy peasy lemon squeezy retake. That chicken lives to see another day. Beautiful. Nice retake. Damn it. Sounds like a little child trying to say like a curse word. Damn it. keeping myself hydrated. Let's see if CTs are going to go for that boost over again. This time, starting with the AWP in hand. Yeah, let's go Nordic. Nice peek. Alfred is none the wiser. No, he's not shady. Boost is definitely paying itself off here. Good at CT aggression. I definitely love maps where CTs are promoted. Rather, not promoted, but you know, it's favored for them to play aggressively, and like a flanking role, a role of a flanker should always be part of the game. Some maps throughout the years, maps that we play this don't really allow for that sort of like aggressive CT gameplay. Then you know, it always feels that there's something missing. Amazing 4K from Twinny again. I think the CTs are just making too much noise in the wrong situation. And that back corridor came in clutch for Twinny. Balance change, kick Twinny. Also going for that R8 revolver. Never mind. I think he misclicked. If he plays Deagle, why does he even have the fucking R8 equipped? I don't understand that. 3 CTs in the window now. Insane gets one kill but gets traded with the Sarim P2K. Shade up in here. Swoom up in there. Player number 4, Sarim. Pushing above B side. Twinny coming around the corner, getting that pick. Swoom is hiding in the back of the corner, back of the site. With good enough of a trigger discipline, he might get 2 kills. Kill the first guy here, then kill the planter. Never mind, doesn't pull through. Nice attempt. Buddy Crisp saving that AK-47. Beautiful red line. Too bad not in stat track. Nice stickers though. I would scrape the Fnatic Hola signature from the top. Sorry, from the front. But yeah, these DreamHack 2015s are definitely kind of getting a little bit more expensive, so you don't see people making crafts with them like that much. Anyway, it's one of the more nicer budget side on the expensive stickers, you know? They're almost 10 years old, so not that many to be thrown around. Round number 10. 3 to the CTs. Team Nelson and Team Twinny. The lead. Through the winery. Early mid pick. Twinny. Pushing mid again. And establish some sort of parameter between the two CTs. Sarim with that nasty angle behind the flower pot. Yeah, definitely didn't see him, I believe. Terrorists do have the bomb down. On that A-bomb site, it's gonna get planted. Information about Nordic was not up in the air. But now it is. Made a little mistake of shooting there. Nordic has this problem of like giving his position away for no reason, and I think so many like new players, when they don't really think of the information game that well, you know. I mean, obviously, if you're a new player, you don't really know all the ins and outs of every mechanic in the game, but definitely, if you can choose between giving information away from you and not doing that, then most situations is probably better not to give any unwanted information. Scout, player number 1, Nelson.
Bomb has been planted.
He forced while the rest of the team echoed. I think there was some sort of a communication error with who does what. Now his team is telling him that he can drop down here. He knows. I think there's going to be some sort of an accident happening soon if he keeps experimenting with this geometry here. Here's Twinny lurking around. Scout may mount to a kill. Probably just ends up getting him killed with the knife. That disrespect. Did he hit him 2 times? I think he did. Twinny was so low. Maybe a leg shot. Damn. 8-3. Twinny in the lead. 20 kills. Kind of carrying. Alfred asking, was this good in Go? The global offensive version was definitely strong. And you know, you could describe it as standard. And you know, with the aspects of like being close in design, like, you know, this is like kind of like Dust 2 type of A-bomb site. And but yeah, not to make it too big of a point of comparing 2 areas to each other. Was Nelson trying to abuse that flower pot? Yeah, I'd say that the map was like pretty standard with good experimentation on like area dynamics. I remember like B-bombs I had that cool little drop down that was utilized by CTs with double like middle swings a lot. So much happening in middle. There we go. Piano. Ghost piano startling the players again. Nice round from CTs. Able to get that last round. That was a fast team switch. What I want to see is Sarim cooking up a strat of some sort of a snake strat of pushing through, let's say, window, dropping down here, pushing through CT window, and then flanking B to T-spawn to A. I don't know what Barry is doing here. It's insane getting 2 good kills on the USP. Sorry, jumped through the window to find 2 Glock kills on his own. Sarim definitely, I predicted it right that he's going to be going for some sort of a crazy play here. Twinny right where he wants to be. Barry on the bomb, B side. And he has the timing there to kill Barry in 1 versus 1. The stakes are high between these 2 players. They have a friendly rivalry going on. And Twinny is just looking at the chickens, trying to bait out Sarim with that time. Going in for the stick. Sarim knows that Twinny has to let off the defuse, and he's just waiting for Sarim. Sarim has pretty much won the round already if this kill doesn't come through. And there we go. Look at the bad mannering going on. Nice play there from Sarim. Well played. Not falling for the fake on Twinny, as you should. As you should not, rather. And the bad manner, the trash talk, definitely has its place within our lovely esport. Never mind that, I would rather have a nice and polite conversation culture between players, but we're not gonna have that. Don't worry about it. These players, at the end of the day, they love the competition, they love the sport, they love the game. A little friendly chatter flank upon a flank upon a flank. There was like 3 levels of flanking happening in that B-bomb side up there. Don't know what really happened there. Bomb is down on the bomb side, but it's not planted. 2 T's. Nordic and Serim are flanking around the T side. Nordic is just in awe of the visuals, as he should be. As an Fmpone map, this is very typically, I think thus far, his like strongest work with the higher detail fidelity that comes with Source 2. You can make finer and finer detailing. So we're getting that AK kill, deciding AK kill. Very important for the T's to actually get back into the game. Sarim more like baiting his team. Well, you could say that the same thing from Twinny, kind of, you know? I will be your decoy, Nordic. Yeah, I know that sort of thing. Nordic realizes that he might not be the best shot on the team, so at least try to be useful in the eyes of the players who can actually frag, making himself useful. That's very nice. That's exactly what you want from your teammates. And there, the CT side is doing the same sort of dynamic. Twinny is calling for the lower player. I can't remember who was there with him. I think that was Insane getting that shotgun kill. Calling for a bait. 1 versus 2. Barry Crisp with the AK-47 in hand. Bomb equipped in his back. On his back. Rather, not in his back. Definitely, that wouldn't be nice. Twinny going for the confident deagle shot. Through the wall into the head. In the face. Mods crush this guy's skull. I won't be doing nothing like that. 9-6. CT side on the lead. Rather, Twinny side. Coordinated eco on the terrorist team. Nelson kind of went wide with that that deagle armor, pulling through, getting what? There's a knife kill from Twinny actually getting that, just pushing into the smoke. They knew that there were that many players there. Twinny's following on the radar, seeing that there were that many players getting marked on the radar, and just like decides to push, as there was a lot of commotion happening on the top side. Getting gunned down with that from us. Nice attempt from the terrorists. They were definitely like clumped up together. What they should have probably done is leave 3 people and build up on the off of the pick that they got in middle. Nelson created quite a lot of space with that pick from the double door here. I think that the T's definitely got like a little bit too caught up here. Like they couldn't really coordinate a retreat once the CTs figured out where the rest of the team was. Sorry, nice job clearing out the spots. Nice job, Twinny, clearing out the T's from the corridors or the nooks and crannies. Twinny's locked up in the position of Barry Crisp. Goes for the smoke. Hits him through the wall into the leg. I think ultimately that's it for Barry. Nice try. CTs are climbing up momentum. 11-6. It's not looking good for the T side. They have to resort into some sort of a super risky strat, as seen with the MAC-10 at the back of Serim. I think they're gonna get a little bit impatient, sorry. Impatient. Pushing through that Molotov. Trying to catch. What? On the last bullet, just flicks to the head of Alfred. And flanking shade in middle. Nordic did a lot that round. Not enough. Not enough. Since Hen had a good element of surprise there. Nade pulling through. Almost. Yeah. Sees that Barry is crying for help, but there's no help to be found. He sees that Twinny is trying to hunt for him. Hunt him up with that knife in hand. He's definitely scared, knowing that there are 2 CTs alive. If he hears 2 players going for, you know, 2 players making distinct sounds from each other with those guns, then he might make a decision where to go. Yeah, it's all about the information right now. If Barry can make a calculated choice on where the players are, he sees Twinny and decides to go for the bomb site plant. Twinny's definitely not scared at all whatsoever. 2v1. Bomb goes down. Twinny going for the jump. No scope into the back of Barry Crisp. How do you pull this off? I guess the saying that you miss all the shots you don't take definitely stands true, but how many of those shots are you going to hit within one lifetime? God damn it. That is insane. Insane. 12-6. Last round, perhaps, on the game. Starting with the nice gloves. Cool gloves. Twinny going for the early pick in middle. Both are kind of blacked out. Starm does die. So we have to hit that push. What is happening there? Twinny is just using this off like a shotgun. Jesus Christ. 20 HP on Barry. Coming across Shady with that AUG and AK in hand. Bomb is on the ground. Nelson versus Shady. Nelson has been hitting these shots, but so has Shady with that scoped AUG bullpup rifle. GG. That's the end of the 3rd game. We'll be doing some feedback now. I think as this is a playtest still, players do have some feedback to share. And this map is still being developed, so I'll be recording everyone else's thoughts on the map. Sorry, I'm there a little bit salty with the feedback. Delete the map, make a good one. Okay, I'll be joining back there, muting myself, and following everyone's feedback through. Hello.
We all reported Twinny for cheating.
Yeah. Okay, there's been a request of actually getting some feedback of the map, so we'll treat this like a playtest, one by one. And I think there are some players who are not being able to join the server because of the player limit. So after you have given your feedback, can you please disconnect?
I can go really fast.
Okay, that helps up with cleaning up some shit. Thank you.
Body. Yeah, so visually very pleasing. That's not fucking lost on anybody. This is probably like the best looking community map available, full stop.
Until Memento comes out.
Until Memento comes out. But they're like 2 major fucking gripes with this level as a whole. And I'm sure it's going to come up regularly. But one is visibility. Especially in window on A site, it's super fucking bad. And with how particles work in the new CS2 shit, players get lost behind Molotovs shockingly easily, especially at distance. And there are just some surfaces that it does not fucking work on at all. Under whatever, like winery, however you want to put this, is kind of similar. Players get lost on these wooden textures rather easily. They get lost in this like windmill thing here pretty easily. It's super weird. All the textures are white on white, and so the dark parts of the map cloak players rather well. It's like kind of a weird phenomena, but it is present and it fucking sucks. If you look back through the demo, I'm sure you can see where there's some visibility issues, like pretty consistently, mostly on A site. I feel like CT, these doors here, visibility, players get lost pretty easily. Second would be scale. The map's scale feels so fucking weird in some places. Like specifically, my least favorite spots are A main and underpass, or I guess winery, or whatever you want to call it. They feel so
Cellar,
fucking
probably.
claustrophobic. They feel so claustrophobic. Same with this long skinny hallway here. It's like you don't want to push it because you know it's not going to be fun, but like obviously there's only so many places to go on a map, so it just kind of like wrings the joy out of a whole chunk of map. And I like that fucking that's not cool. For the love of God, I'm going to start a petition. Please. Please make this window easier to fucking climb through. Or just get rid of this fence. I just fucking hate having to single file through this window. It is not fun. Or some other major gripes. B-site, honestly, was my favorite part of the map. I'll be so real. I actually really quite enjoyed B-site. So that's good. I would also like to draw attention to this center pillar in window. Visually, I think it looks really nice. But gameplay wise, it's just like in the way. Like it doesn't need to be here. It's like visually unique, but gameplay wise is just harmful. Last bit of feedback. Please open up this fucking connector hallway a little bit. It's an awkward shape that is super skinny. So much of the map revolves around this connector, like especially just with rotations, with flanking, with rushing. Like most of mid control, the power that you get with mid control is getting control of this connector, and yet this connector feels like shit to play. Which I think is just not fucking cool. Like this whole nightclub thing is kind of fun, or like, you know, a music club thing is kind of fun, but like it's honestly impeding on the space that this connector needs. Yeah, playing through it feels awful. Pushing out of it, there's these really long angles that are not fun to take care of. And so I think the best way would be to open this up a bit. Other than that, I mean the map plays well. It's a solid 3-lane type beat. Once again, it looks very good. But yeah, it needs more refinement. But I feel like it's probably not going to get all that. But we'll see. Anyways.
All right.
I'm done.
Thank you. Sarim?
Can I go next?
Yep.
Yeah. Feedback. First thing I noticed that the FPS or like general optimization is much worse than it is on any official map at the moment. Like I get worse FPS on this map than I do in Ancient T-Spawn, which says a lot. But I mean, it does look really good, so I guess that's why. But it could definitely be toned down, further optimized and stuff. Gameplay wise, there being a glass thing here is really annoying. Like if you're on like CT side and you want to throw smokes into bottom mid, gotta break the glass and then throw it. A little bit annoying. And speaking of smoking bottom mid, there is no actual good way to smoke bottom mid, it feels like. Like you can smoke this, but then they can like win half a second, just like peek it after. Or if you throw like a little bit of an extended one like this, then they can play around it really easily. And there's no good CT cover in mid. Like you have this window, which is like the only good cover, but it's super far back, so it promotes like playing like a bitch in mid. Like these angles here are like very like weird. Like this wall is not high, but because this floor goes down, it can be kind of used, but it's not intuitive at all. Towards here, this is just silly in my opinion. Like this is the main path to get to this area. The alternative is going through mid, which is like risky, obviously. So why would you want it so that there's like just annoying shit in the middle of the entrance where if you have one player on a team that has poor movement, then everyone's timing is delayed by like 2 seconds. Like it's actually just stupid. This area in general is like super cramped. This doesn't help with it being cramped either. More feedback. You have 3 playable double doors, and they are all colored the same and look the same. Would definitely help a lot if they were differently colored, even slightly, just so you could give some sort of call out or had like some decal on them to differentiate.
An animal. That's a good feedback. I'm gonna add to that. A fucking animal decal on it, so you can call it chicken,
Yeah,
crocodile,
exactly. Yeah,
zebra.
Yeah. A site, I thought the site itself was okay. I didn't like the staging area down here. I felt like the angles are a little bit uncomfortable, especially with the spiral here. It's kind of hard to like tell like where to actually aim because like you can see 20 said it's like slightly peeking over, but like it's not really. And to clear this area, you kind of have to hold W in like a very narrow space. Like you can like take it into these cubbies, but then you got to hold W again, and then like clear this, and then do a quick 180 and clear this. Felt very uncomfortable to go through this part of the map. Then again, it's like very thin and WE over here, and then like same here. Like this looks like a lurker position. This doesn't look like something where like you would go with your entire team, but then it's like same here where you wouldn't want your whole team to be running up and down here and just like fucking spinning around trying to clear everything. In general, I didn't like this half of the map like at all. Same with Barry said as well. Like this connector is super skinny. I honestly think it could just do with removing these side walls and just making it like a bigger like connector. Visibility, I didn't have too much problems with, but just the FPS is all I had issues with in terms of detailing and stuff. B site, that was pretty cool. I like the dynamic on B site a lot more than I did on A site. I think the bend in T spawn is fine. It's like yeah, it's fine. No need to fix that. I know some people have been complaining about that. But yeah, that's my feedback. Just like fix the FPS, make the path towards A like a lot less holding WE. And like stop choking shit up like this, and like this area is super small and stuff. And yeah, make areas a little bit bigger. That's the like main feedback.
Thank you.
Can I go next?
All right. No, I already
Nelson
Okay,
posted in
sorry,
chat.
okay,
so
yeah. Nelson?
Yeah. Sorry. That's
I'm gonna claim that.
I bet Nelson's gonna be like super quick and concise, right?
Like always, exactly. So the obligatory, this sucks. Please remove this, make it higher so you don't need to crouch jump. Like it doesn't change anything with the timing if you assume that players do it well. But then you have like your one noob in the team who goes first and bumps his head up here, and then every time everyone's like 2 seconds slower. I hope everyone's gonna say exactly that. Yeah, utility options around A feel like super limited. Like if I'm down here, how the fuck am I supposed to set up for an A take? It's impossible. I actually haven't like taken a look at the geometry here, but I bet that you can fit some way of me being able to like throw utility from down here. Like I was at these stairs and I knew there was an op on the other side, and I'm like, yo, what am I gonna do now? Like I can't peek it. Do I just like go back for like 15 seconds till I can like peek mid or something? And yeah, it's definitely one thing you need to address is like utility from down here. Then one more thing is the map feels too small in a lot of areas. It feels like someone made the layout without really taking some of the sidelines into account, and then just tried to choke them up by like making stuff super small, adding like dozen of double doors and stuff like that. It does not feel well. Yeah, I'm sorry I have to say this, but it does not feel like a well planned layout. It feels like someone cobbled together something in like it tried to like somehow fix sideline issues by obviously making a lot of the gameplay a bit worse in like the moment stuff. Like with every double door, you have to be aware that you now create this sort of spot for every single one of them. If I want to rotate from B to A, I have to clear this here, clear like all these mid angles, including like the double door and these sort of sidelines. But then I also have to swing this deep angle, which is super uncomfortable, while I expose myself to this, which is like, ah, this should not be here. And same thing then here, like I have to check this, also double peek, or even triple peek if you consider standing on top of the railing. But then here again, I have to swing here to like clear this. It's so annoying. And then I have to do it here again. Like it's not how I would like a modern Counter-Strike map to play in that sort of stuff. On a bit more positive note, I actually felt B-side was playing very well. Not like perfectly, definitely has its flaws. Like I don't think this staircase as solution with all these positions down here that are like super annoying to clear as a T when the CTs have a quick timing and you don't catch them jumping out there, and then they're down here and you can't really comfortably clear that without overexposing yourself to these angles at the same time. It's I think this part is like the weakest, but then I think this kind of like tunnel upper arrangement actually played surprisingly well. I actually thought this was like kind of wild when I looked at the map in solo, but it played very well. I had a lot of fun as CT and ST, like kind of overextending into this area, smoking this up, trying to then like play from behind the bomb side. It was cool. I like B side. Then visuals looks very good. Visibility, I'm also gonna chip into that. You have these sorts of like stone textures on a lot of walls, and it's basically just camouflage for everyone that has like a grayish skin. It is very hard to see in front of this sometimes, and it happens in quite a lot of areas where you have these very highly textured kind of wall materials, which can be very distracting. I'm gonna leave it at that. I might type a bit more up later. Overall, I'm like surprised that it wasn't worse because I actually expected this to be kind of like terrible. But I also feel reinforced in the things that I already thought would gonna be like problematic to play around. And yeah, I definitely has like a long way to go to be, in my opinion, like a super competitive map. But it's also not, well, as Olaf put it hilariously in the chat there, terrible. So yeah, gonna be excited to see how you continue developing this.
Any thoughts on mid, Nelson? How the whole
Mid. Oh yeah,
mid-B
actually, I
dynamic?
wanted to talk about that, but I forgot. Mid has so much space that it would allow for like a lot of ways of actually closing these sorts of problematic angles where you then would no longer need all the double doors. Like you have so much space in mid that you could use, but you just choose to not use, and instead make like the most stereotypical don't play in the mid, play around the mid ever. Like this is more like this than Mirage or even Dust 2. Because you do not have like significant height variation, and the only kind of progressive cover you have is this. And from there on out, like good luck getting anywhere. And I personally enjoy middles where you actually have to play in the middle, like where the middle itself is like an area, not just a void of gameplay where you just like big wasteland you have to cross and there isn't really anything happening. Like as a CT, if you're playing in the middle, you're you're offering yourself up for a free kill. But as a T, you're gonna just try to get out of middle as soon as possible because there isn't really much to achieve in here in terms of map control that easily. So and it feels like insanely open and like no progressive cover, very hard to like get anywhere to. So I think middle is like a big lost opportunity. I think you could do a lot more with it and also kind of fix adjacent areas through adjusting the mid layout by shortening angles that you now are blocking with double doors. Like for example, if you just put like a big piece of cover up here in this sort of general area, then maybe push this entrance like a tad forward, you wouldn't need both of these double doors because that sideline would just be blocked by the mid cover, and it would also allow like a bit more interesting play in middle for both Ts and CTs. And if this was like it wouldn't need to be this choked up, for example, if you would just give some cover so that people could actually push out of this instead of just playing here, which I think could be a lot more interesting. But yeah, so thank you, Ola, for reminding me about that. I actually wanted to touch on that. But that would obviously mean like pretty significant changes still again. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that now and let other people touch on that.
Okay, thank you, Nelson.
Okay.
Short and concise. Good feedback anyway.
Olaf's fun to talk.
Okay.
Tini.
So, my feedback is, the mid needs more ways. I mean, it needs to be more ways for CTs to approach it. I feel like there could be like a building here, could be extended a bit so CTs can like play around it. Like imagine this as like a building, and then you can also move this clutter here. You can make like something different. I also feel like this area is too choked up right now. Like if you make this a building, you can also redo this area and just make it like I liked how it was in the previous Santorini where you could jump down into mid. I think it was a lot better. It floats better in my opinion. Like when you added this new route over here, I think this entrance became a bit like one of the entrances is too much for cities to hold now because you have to be worried about 3 entrances. Like you have to push aggressive. Otherwise, you're gonna give T's way too much control, and cities will get overwhelmed quite quickly. So I don't know if this entrance is really needed when you have this connector. Yeah. Overall, yeah. B-side, I actually really enjoy. I think the dynamic is really cool. But you have like an upper and a lower, and the fight for this area is cool. It gives cities to, it gives cities something to fight for early rounds, which lots of maps don't have. The CT rotation, I feel like you can clean it up a bit. I don't think you need all of this, bullshit here. I think you can remove it. It'll make it a lot more easy for CTs to rotate because if a T can get deep into this area, they can like play around this cover like in so many different ways, and it's just not really feasible for CTs to clear all of this out. A side, yeah, I think there's one entrance too many right now. Please my feedback on that. Yeah, I think the rest has already been set, so that's my feedback.
Did you have fun, Twinny?
I asked for that.
You were fucking destroying everyone. Okay, thank you. Was it Sinsane?
Yes.
Who was
Yes.
queued up on the line?
Yes.
You can go.
Okay. So I really like first off visuals. Map looks good. Might be a bit hard to run on lower NPCs though, but I personally had no problems. B by far my favorite part of the map. I did like this is like really unique, and that's probably why everyone likes it so much. Like the whole like jump down into this window, and the like it's tight, but like I've never seen a bomb site that's this small that plays so well. I think you've done really well on this. This stair, like I push this very often as a CT, and running up these stairs every single round is just a bit tedious. I would just make it one staircase, honestly. like it's just like after a few rounds it just gets annoying. Mids, I think everyone that's I think mid has already been touched on. I would like add some cover. I don't know where, but I would add like some cover that you could like both sides can use because mids looks a bit empty right now, and I don't like going to mids. I feel like I'm like there's like so many entrances that I have like I have like constantly circle around like checking everything, and it's just a bit annoying. Also, this window, I think it has been said a lot, but I like for me it got to a point where I just did not go here because going to the window was that annoying. Like I just went there instead because I did not want to go to the window because it was just like it's just annoying to traverse through as a T. Also, there's a boost here. That's please I don't like didn't like this boost like countering it. It was very stupid. I think like Barry used this.
No, it was me. Fuck you. It
That was punk.
I was Tonk. Okay.
was a Tonk original tactic.
Yeah. Please fix it. I didn't like. It's just like I was like it's just annoying to check. I think I don't have that much more feedback. I think the map is. I had fun. I think this map has a lot of potential when the problems are fleshed out a little bit more. That's it.
All right, thank you. Anyone?
Alright.
All right.
And I, ooh,
That's Swoom.
Can I go? Or
yeah, if I
Which,
could.
which one? Swoom first, and then
Yeah.
Zadri. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
So mid on CT was a little difficult. We had success when we had two people there. I think that helped a lot. I'd play back here in the window and I kind of watch this angle. And occasionally we had a CT member come over here and watch the side. I think that actually does work well for mid, but I do think there needs to be some additional coverage on this side. Even if it's just blocking a bit of the sight line over here so you can hide in this corner and not have to worry about that angle if that person dies. You can kind of watch this angle a little better. Right now, I think it's a little too exposed. I like the right side because it allows you to sneak up and make advancements without worrying about this right side over here on T, which is nice. The window's a little weird. I had to play really back, usually on the left side there. One issue I had over here is I feel this should be taken in a little bit and make it a little wider so I can peek this corner. I got stuck on it a few times where I felt like I should have been able to walk through and I wasn't able to. I think if you were to adjust that, make it a little wider, I think that'd be better pathing. This feels really tight. Alternatively, on B side here, I had an issue with this this fencing. I think if you were to make it less complex, it'd be better. In an early pistol round, I was trying to fight someone here, and it's just way too busy with these X's here in these columns. If you can maybe simplify that, I think that would help. And another piece of feedback would be this area here. We had a CT come through when we're on T side, and he was barely visible with the lighting. I don't know if that's just my settings or not, but maybe brighten that up a little bit. That'd be another consideration I'd recommend. And one other thing, I love the piano room. I had really fun opping that. Gives you lots of different angles, which is nice. Overall, I had a really fun time on the map, but visibility is a factor. It's very detailed, but I feel when I swing my mouse quickly and there's all these different colors kind of popping in my eyes, it's a little difficult to spot the enemies. So I'm not sure what can be done about that, but maybe simplifying some of the colors or toning them down a bit so they're not so vibrant would maybe help. I know this is definitely a very ambitious map going for like setting the new standard for what is possible with the graphics, which is really nice. But overall, I had fun. I just think there needs to be a little bit of improvement with that and FPS as well. Like I have a good card now with my computer, so that helps. But I can imagine on people that haven't upgraded yet, that could be a barrier of entry for this map, making it into the competitive scene or even into the map pool if the FPS issue isn't resolved. But overall, I had fun. I think there just needs to be a little bit more coverage for mid for CTs, and I think this should be played with 2 mid at the current layout. I don't think you can do 2-1-2 and expect one person to cover mid. It's just too much space, too many angles. It's impossible really to cover with one individual with the current pathing. So if you're comfortable with one person covering B, which I think is pretty reasonable, I think it's definitely definitely viable. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Thank you.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Thank you, Zadri.
Okay. I have lots of feedback about Nate and stuff. Firstly, okay, I'm starting on city side. Yeah. When you starting on T side, you can smoke windows. A window for the first time like this. This is the fastest lineup. Fucking hell. Yeah, this. Kind of. Uh, and to get there is firstly it's inconsistent as hell. And I hate these walls have like round edges, so you can bug yourself against it, and when you throw, it will like get you off the and it's hard to like align the nades or everything here. So maybe just do the simpler like sharp edges to lock yourself into the corner or some nades for some nades. Then I had a problem with this spot. The jump is okay, it's kind of cool, but I always when I go here, the pod was like block my jump. So maybe move him a little bit to the left, like here, because I think it doesn't make anything for peeking or something. Yeah, you could peek close, but no one peeking that close, so everyone peeking like from the back of this wall. So this is only visual for me. And like whole map is like a great example when form is before the function, I think, because some of the design is nice, the design is nice, but it make the accessibility of the map very hard. Like this window, even if I smoke it close, the nature of city like the CS2 smokes are very unpredictable, and in sometimes could make like the one way for cities like this, and it's hard to smoke it like right on the like it's hard to throw the consistent smoke like here for the final llama for here. So maybe do a higher this or a little bit or shallow this wall like next closer to the window to bounce smokes off of it, and so the smoke fill the whole room to be easier to tease to because this smoke is so important to get control of middle and even cross to B. Yeah, you can smoke like this smoke kind of and this, but uh, I think the smoke to window will be used like every round or every second round in some better matchup or better in like higher elo. So make it like easier or at least consistent to make this lineup and the yeah to be better. Uh, the timing was kind of weird when you get stuck on the middle when these will molly you off like this, and you can get on B, and one city push here. Yeah, your options are very limiting, like where to go. I think this is like a very controversial idea, and I know what you've been doing here, but I think you probably in the end should consider some safe pathing for these, like this, maybe this gate open up and do some tunnel starting here or something and go under to safely rotate and everything, because rotations are harsh for these, like when they want to rotate back and forth. Or double doors are kind of overused. Makes calling very hard. Like when you say double doors, there are 4 of them on the map, so maybe differentiate the double door somehow, maybe color wise. So make every double doors like different color. So like this will be the red door, this will be the green door, this will be a yellow door, and that will be the blue door. So it'll be easier to calling where the people are. Uh, this double door could be cool if it would be like inverted, like this wing of the door should be pointing this way and this way maybe, so you could have this angle to the side. It'd be cooler, I think. The fight would be much more dynamic, and even you could hold the angle through here through there, so would be cool also. Yeah, this was also said. This seems kind of claustrophobic, and there are no skylights to throw nades through, so you can't help your teammate on the surface, and you are kind of like not helpful for your team here. You can just lurk here or something, and even this this exit is harsh because of this room. The visibility is there so bad when some CT with navy blue skin holds there, you can't see him at all. Like you can see only like, and even I have like lower resolution, and that's even worse. Uh, this was sad. This is too shallow and too thin for me. And yeah, the T-spawn. Uh, I don't like it when the water here is has same problem as ancient. Like the weapons are getting lost and hard to drop and manage the loadouts for everyone. So water on spawns is not a very good idea. It looks nice, but functionally it's again form before function. And this turnaround getting annoying every round you play. And this ladder also when even two people going on the ladder at the same times, both get stuck and it slows these so much that they are not viable for the whole round, I think. And that's yeah, and this window again, this roof has not like no purpose. It just blocks off jumping, and you can jump there from this side, but not from here. You could, but it's a very hard jump. Yeah. And if you like made it, there's no roof, it would make sure you can jump there because you can jump there even now, but it's much harder than if the roof wasn't here. And I think that's all from me. Yeah, I'm done.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Is it only me left with Olaf
All
giving
right.
his own personal
Oh,
feedback?
are you guys nearly done?
Yeah, if there's some people who still want to give feedback, join the server. We only have Nordic, and then it's pretty much serverdy. If you want to have,
I would like
Yeah.
to say one thing.
Just let Nordic go first then.
It's
actually let
yeah.
let's let
Yeah,
Nelson
I
go
have like
first.
one point.
Yeah.
Just
You
I
have
don't
30 seconds.
really understand why the T-spawn is down here in the first place. Because it seems like you had to push the CT spawn back just so just so the timings match up. Like this is obviously where the CT spawn should be, and this is obviously where the T spawn should be. It's like weird that you have this like 5-second appendix on both sides, and it would just be so much more concise. Like it would be so much less just hold W for like 20 seconds in the start of the round for T's, and well, it's a bit less extreme on CT side, but still it will make it like that much more concise when it comes to timings for the bomb side. Also, I don't know if anyone said this yet, but the CTs have such a big variance in spawns. And because there's only one entrance, it's not like on Mirage or Dust that like if you spawn on the very left, you're gonna have like a faster timing towards one bomb side, but you have a slower one to the other. It's literally just this is the best spawn. And if you spawn back here, well, I guess you're out of luck for this round. You're like 2 to 3 seconds slower than whoever has the best spawn. It's it's a bit annoying, also for dropping weapons. Okay, I'm sorry, Nordic. You can go.
All right. Okay. So yes, like everyone said, the map looks absolutely stunning. I hope this doesn't discourage you. All the feedback we're giving, as it's all being, everyone's kind of agreeing on things, and I'm gonna agree on a lot of things too. Um, it has big fundamental problems that I think would have been spotted in the first version of a gray box playtest. I don't know if you actually playtested this at all as a gray box, other than maybe with like bots or a few players. Because the map, first of all, is just too small. Like Nelson said, the beginning is just running T's and CTs, so you can basically measure the map from right here at the car and right here. And I think if you measure this in the editor, you'll come close to like 2.5k units. Over like from the edge of B to edge of A and T-spawn to CT. It'll probably be like 2,500 units. Or something like that, where it should be like 3,500 or even 4,000. The map is like seriously suffering from the fact that it's small. Every single area is just tiny. All the peaks are like 256 units probably. It's fine to have some of these, but it's like every single angle is that. The only angle you have a long angle at is middle. You should have way more of those. Everything should be way more holdable. To prove this is just like straight up too small. For example, you can lock out the entirety of a site with like 5 mollies. You could molly over here, over here, over here, over here, and over here. And if you actually introduce this into the map pool, if it would go into like get into majors and stuff, there would be teams who would find a way to throw those 5 mollies and absolutely just like incinerate every single CT player playing a site because the map is just too small. The sites are too small. And the angles are too small. They're too narrow also, especially this area here. This is like your main connector area between mid and A, and it's 64 units wide, I'd guess. Maybe a bit wider. It's horrible. It should be way wider. You're also suffering from stuff being small in other aspects. Like everything is also very low. You don't have high buildings, which means that you probably suffer from optimization issues because of that. I have 60 FPS flying over the map like this where I'm rendering absolutely everything, and it only gets 10 FPS better when I'm on the ground. So I'm guessing I'm rendering most of the things just standing in mid, like most of the map. Which just means it doesn't play good. It gets like bad FPS. I get like 50 FPS less than I get on Valve maps. This map seems like a really good environment artist, like as you are. Got Hammer after playing maybe 100 hours, 200 hours CS. Took what they learned from that, took the things they wanted to do, and took probably their experience in making maps for other games or making scenes in Unreal Engine, for example, and took that and applied it to CS:GO. And this is just like visible in so many areas where it's just made aesthetics first. For example, mid. You have this low wall here that obstructs player movement. It has no gameplay purpose other than having some CT cover over here, where it actually does make sense, but you can't even use it because you don't have, like, you can't hide away, so you can't pick it like this. So standing right here is a death trap. You're not gonna play like this. So mid, you're just gonna play from like these two connectors, like Nelson said, and touching up on that point, it's just like it's playing around mid, not inside mid, because there's no progressive cover in mid, and it's just a lot of things that are just made for aesthetics. The only area that plays really well, as everyone has said, and I'll echo that point, that B plays well, and that's because you actually have long ranges on B. You can play from over here. This windmill over here is really good. You can play around it. These angles feel actually normal range. This area here plays really okay,
Dynamic.
dynamically, and the only issue I have on B side is that this section is too small. The windmill. This is an actually like really cool idea. It's like a donut that is actually a donut when people usually use the box. It's really cool. It's a windmill theme and everything. But this box should be closer to one, like, or this round thing should be closer to 128 in diameter, not 64. It just makes it completely useless. Also, since you have this being so narrow and everything being so small, this just goes down to being a rifle range that you can hold right here, and this just like makes this a completely like diagonal hallway. Basically, people just walk through this with checking like two really one and done weak corners, so it just becomes more of a hallway. So if you want to make B better, you only really gotta like widen this. Whereas if you want to play make A better, you gotta widen a lot more things like the side itself. This should be way longer than it is currently. It was like the first angle that I spotted was too small. 20 said that this has too many entrances. It has 3 entrances and one in the mid, like 2 here, another one in the mid here. No, actually, yeah, one mid, 3, and then 2. 6 would be fine. 3 T entrances is, I think, could possibly be too much. So I would definitely try this with just 2 entrances, like 20 said. And the underground area overall just feels like something you don't really want to play. It doesn't feel fun. It has a really good thematic concept. It's really cool. I love vine sellers like this. One thing where you can also see that this wasn't playtested with props, and everything's too small, and this was mostly made visuals first, is by having like bullshit angles absolutely everywhere. I was playing all these. I was playing right here, fucking hiding behind plants and shooting people from here. You can boost here and like peek through the tree. As we did the boost over here, it was totally bullshit shooting people here. You can see through here. If you're playing as a T, you can completely take out CT aggression by picking these stupid as like pixel caps that you can see through. Like here, I was guarding this. I could see someone come from there. I could see someone come from there. It's just not gameplay you usually see in CS, and also that's uncounterable from this side because you don't see them before they see your feet, and you like can't peek this crouching down. And there's a lot of those angles. Like they're everywhere. There's just a ton of things that are not really thought out. What I would do if I were you, which I'm not, so you do you, is taking all the detailing from this, changing this into a gray box where you can like look at stretch things out as you want. You can totally save everything you have here, all the detail. If you've made this well and these are like separatable from each other, they're like instances or different like what's the word, meshes or stuff like that, where they're grouped together or something. You can totally just in gray box make the layout better and then plop these buildings back in after that. Making changes to a layout like this, where you need to make big changes, you need to stretch things out. It's going to be gruesome doing that with all this detail and having to figure everything out. So I would go back to Greybox stage. I don't want to discourage you from making this map right now. It is not competitive. It is not passable. I don't think it's even passable into the game. Or if it went in the game, not a lot of people would like it. But your skills would go to absolute waste here, and all your effort would go to waste if that happens. So I would definitely take all your beautiful work that you've done here, take it back into Greybox, figure everything out, make the layout bigger. And by that I don't mean adding more routes or anything. The layout itself makes sense. All the routes make sense. You have really cool ideas everywhere. That if they were full scale, would probably play really well and would make for a totally different map than anything we've seen, and it would just it would totally be a great map. You have a lot of potential in this layout. It's just too small. The visibility is bad in a site. Like someone said, this texture is bad in some areas, so you gotta look out for that. But I don't think it's like it's not as big of a deal as the fact that the map is just absolutely minuscule. So after you've done all the changes, you like stretch things out, go back to detailing, plop your buildings back in. Then you can look at visibilities in the different areas, and there's some areas where it's terrible, but for the most part, it's actually just caused by all these like weird ass angles that it creates, and all these weird things that you can look through. There was also this here where you can like not see this guy for anything else except the head here, and he sees like everyone over here. A lot of these spots. So yeah, it needs, I think, like fully gray box testing. I don't know if you did that, if you did gray box testing, but it looks like you didn't. It looks like you made a CS map in the editor. You poured your heart into it, made it look absolutely stunning, and then maybe tested it with bots or put player start positions anywhere and look how it plays. It doesn't look like it's been play tested as much. But it has great potential. So definitely keep working on it and don't give up on it, and uh, it'll be great.
Damn, feisty feedback from Nordic. Sirity? I mean, yeah, Sirity.
Hello. Alright. Give me a moment.
Our
I have my guitar in my hands. Okay. So DE. Thank you, Dusty. DE Thera. Generally, I'd say that on CT side, I mostly played in middle position. I felt like middle was a bit really quite awkward to kind of just like this middle window at least felt a little bit awkward to hold from, and usually had me, pushed out because like holding middle, at least as a T. Oh, sorry, as a CT. Wait, come on. It felt really, really hard to kind of just peek over this angle because these T's they have this kind of like ramped surface here. I've where basically when they are like, wait, is this? Wait, is this the middle? Oh, Zadru. Zadru, could you just like keep like jiggling like mid here? Like because Jesus Christ, because the T here is on kind of like a ramp. Their head isn't. It's not like a straightforward like. Oh yeah, they're going to be like here-ish. They can be like along this box. They can be up here. They can be like there, and it really really kind of throws your aim off. Trying to just clear this angle. Not to mention, this wall, I wouldn't say it's bright. I'd say like adding a light here or something to make it like bright enough that you can see a player when they peek this. Because it was really really tough sometimes even like just seeing like if there was an actual enemy, peeking me there, and just genuinely felt unfun to like fight against. Again with this like middle like thingy, I'd just say remove this. This just like what does this really do to be honest? That having it there does. Like, sorry, I'm phrasing this weird, but like, what does this middle piece of like the window really do to serve to gameplay? Because all I see is that it's another thing that just blocks your like. If I remember, like Mirage window had this at one point. All it
Yeah,
does
it
is just
did.
like blocks your vision, blocks your bullets, and it just generally it's just unfun to fight around. Just cut this off or something. Anyways, jumping into middle, I think someone's already sent this, but like, just remove these like bricks, man. Again, like, what purpose do they really serve other than just to block movement? Because you're more or less just getting stuck on them more than you're actually, being able to move or traverse through them. People already talked about the double doors from what I've heard. It's like, yeah, generally it is hard to kind of call each one because there's multiple of the same ones. Just look the exact same, so it's kind of not said in that way. I really like what you've done to be here, where you've kind of like pushed this back, so now T's actually get some breathing room when coming down here. Generally like some of the beat changes. I feel like maybe this is just my opinion or nitpick or whatever. I feel like the box should just be like the height should be increased a little bit, so you don't get this weird like HS angle, especially when you're in like this kind of dark area. Again, makes it kind of a little bit hard to see players. I think I got shot by Shady there and was like, where did I get shot from? Another thing is like these railings as well. With how they are like styled, they look really pretty. But say put them out of the way of the map, kind of like this one for example. because when it's in the way like here, it can be a little bit tricky to kind of just see players through these like through this fence. Obviously, I'm not going to say like it blocks bullets because does it? No, it doesn't. Yeah, I think yeah, good. But yeah, like if it does block bullets, then in that case, yeah, that's one more reason. But like just visibility through like the fence is a bit iffy. It being there in like the gameplay space instead of here, for example, where it's a bit more in the detail space, where it just to complement the gameplay and doesn't really get in the way of like someone shooting or vision or whatnot. I I don't think you I don't think you know about this here, but just showing you this generally just again a little bit of a nitpick and just a bit weird. A bit strange. Really like that you removed this though. This is really nice. Sorry, nice? Nice. Nice. I think you also removed this as well. Like this kind of like little bit of a weird thing here. So like that's a little bit neat as well. Generally like yeah. I also like how you've also increased this a bit more so this weird angle isn't really as egregious. But I think 20 put it right here when he said like this path been opened opening to the site. Why am I struggling? Stumbling over my
Breathe
words.
in. Take a breather.
But like this weird path just kind of makes it feel a little bit, there's too much for the CTs to kind of like deal with the site. Because when it was just only this tunnel here and this, doorway here, CTs could then just focus on this. They can, and then basically from there can kind of rotate around the site and even rotate, away from like danger. But now because you have this, playing on site is kind of a bit finicky because if you're playing here, you can get shot in the back by someone here. If you're playing there, you can get shot by someone there. So nobody really played on site. They either just played back here, or they played there, or some other rat corner, wherever. So I don't know. Probably just either just like probably remaking this kind of area and like remaking like when I say remaking, I mean like rethinking how this how the T's get to A in a way, because as it currently stands, yeah, this passageway only kind of just wasn't fun for T's to push out of, and this one is nice, but then at the same time it just feels really really awkward to kind of hold on site, and playing on site means you're at a bigger risk at, getting shot in the back trying to deal these two. Also, say like just pushing this back a bit much, because as it currently stands with this, it happened a lot where just T's would just run past here, get into here, and then just shoot the window player, before even like the A players could really do anything like about it or call or whatnot. But that could be just like a team skill issue more than anything. Generally, like, yeah, I can definitely see like probably I might need more time with it or so, but like I did kind of enjoy the map. But generally, I did feel like those little nitpicks all added, like nitpicks or like, points or whatnot, added up and just kind of like ruined the enjoyment for me, at least. I'll let Olaf speak this time around. I'm probably done waffling. That's my feedback.
All right, fair. Is there anyone else with any more feedback before? Wolf comment. Do you have anything to say? I know you're in the spec right now.
He is muted.
He's muted. Okay. I think we have gone through everyone else. Mankin, do you have any feedback?
No, I'm good.
You're
Thank you,
good. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't play this time around. Fuck.
Oh, sorry.
I'll just comment on a couple of things that I noticed. Generally, the mid seem to like I'm going to +1 everyone else who pointed out that the box peak around the box definitely feels inconsistent. You as a CT, you're trying to cover an angle like this, it just simply doesn't work, and then you're going to have an angle over there. It's insane. Can you peek from the way back? Yeah, so there's a load of variation on the peak that the T's can do. I think that also like kind of promotes the CTs on playing on this side of the window then, right? Which is kind of cool. So I'm not gonna say, you know, here or there if that's gonna be a bad thing, but just keep in mind how inconsistent this is like to play around this box. Maybe even to like remove the box, it honestly doesn't like give the T's that much cover unless we're speaking of the angle that the CTs can peak, right? But yeah, maybe a flat wall, and then that would promote even more terrorist utility. Speaking on which, terrorist utility was used a lot, and it was very cool to see like T's coming up with a little bit more sophisticated utility like this. And if you smoke far away, I think Sarim gave the feedback of not being able to, you know, smoke off both of the angles, but I think you are with a smoke a little bit closer, like so. Obviously, there's the thing of CTs being able to push up a little bit here, and then seeing past it, but you know, you kind of have to make compromises with having only one smoke, because like with that smoke you can cover even this angle, and that's kind of cool. Mid, I think I definitely +1 on the whole opinion of this being too much. How it kind of resulted in players' behavior. It meant that the players were getting stuck here and not being able to rotate away from this like terraced link area. The animals on doors idea is really good. Also like separating, so you can just like call like crocodile, zebra, chicken, and then like this would be like fucking horse. Yes, Nelson, I'm aware that that's my idea, but I love the idea so much. And also, you as a visual designer, you get to like paint cool little animals. Isn't that nice? A little bit on the contrast of the map. This is very nice. It has soft contrast. Players are very easy to point out against the backdrop. When you go, is Silverdy still here? Silverdy, join T side. Fuck. Is he alive?
He is on.
Oh, sorry. What?
Yeah, he's alive.
Can you join T side? You have the condom man.
Yep.
Come to terrorist link, like under the crouch window thing. Go against that wall. No, the here.
Here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like in the middle.
Oh, sorry.
There's a problem here. See how the player like absolutely. It has the same like white stripes, black details, murky color, black pants. It gets so lost there.
Same is like in the room of the neon room with my skin. Like I have blue skin and you can see can see anything.
Yeah, there was also a point here. Especially Zadri, you were like, I think there was a point where you or Barry were like standing here. Go there.
I was not playing there, but
anyway, stand in the way of the light. Stand like go a little bit higher. Stand on the window. But anyway, the point being here is that the contrast that the like inside the window though. Like I think there was a point where Barry was like completely blocking off one of the lights, and then you don't even realize that there's supposed to be light, and that's just like a black silhouette of a player. That is very much an issue, and also like way back in here, they don't even see you. The glass, I think it's a good point to remove it. You might as well just like, you know, if you want to keep the details, split the window in half, just like make them open, so you don't have to remove the glass or like remove the window. There was this, like, we found out that the glass was like super annoying on Silverdy's playlist actually. It would have been kind of ironic for him to give the feedback of like fuck, I have to destroy the glass and then throw the nade, but that was thankfully Sarim who came up with that feedback. But yeah, you if you wanna throw any util, break the glass, line up, throw the nade, and you're probably too slow anyway, so you have to need like 2 CTs here. So that's already like, you know, throwing the utility is so hard. I think this A side, it's pretty much. I like it a lot. It looks like the split crossfire kind of thing. It worked well. I mean, it seemed to work well where CTs like they like already know that it's going to be a hard time here, just counting the choke points. And there was like Atsig was trying to nullify 2 choke points into 1, which is that means that the design has succeeded in that players know what to do, as in the push here to cut off the second choke point, right? I think to say about the playability of the bomb site, one of these crates could be made in the way that you can actually play around it. Right now, these boxes are like caught up in the corner, so like I cannot move past here, which in some situation, if I'm like covering this and I hear someone behind me, what do I do? Now I'm in the open. I would probably want to move into a position like this, walking past the crate, not in front of it, because now I'm exposing myself, not making a sound while jumping. Now I'm exposing myself. Yeah, maybe move it like here, exact. That might fuck up with your angles, but then again, also this window angle, this feedback still stands true, how these are like so close to each other, so you might actually have to do something with them. The double door here actually might be beneficial to flip the other way around, making this corner here pacifying so that you can actually fight backside first from CT, and then take your time to actually fight the side. I think this would be the perfect change to do here. Double door like this, it would create an awkward angle here, but then you could just like do this, because this area is not being used anyway to be like, you know, you cannot jump into the window over there, and it would create the absolute perfect pacified zone where CT players would be like here, first peek, second peek, right? And then you have all that time to like figure out your like peek this, pick this, pick this, and then whatever. Every small change helps. And then also you would be able to fight from CT like this back area completely, and then fight this back area completely without having to worry about anyone like swinging you from that side. This back area, I would remove these. Keep it flat. This area seemed super hard to clear as a T. One way to do it is like come back here, use this wall as cover, and then try to see if there's anyone there. But if someone's crouching, like you have to wide swing like this, or from close up like this. But it's so risky to do, like unless you have smoke here, then you can wide swing it. But it might be like a good position later on to really keep as strong as it is, because the bomb site has to have like some strong CT positions. I think this corner could be pushed up a little bit back, so it's actually you get the benefit of this pillar being in the way, so that there's like a little cubby. You have to overextend and peek it like this around the pillar, and you can very easily do that. This is nice. I also +1 the opening up the skybox a little bit here before peeking the angle. That was very good feedback. I don't know why you clipped this off. I hopped on a version where this was playable, and I thought it was like, you probably might need this area as a terrorist to hold. The stair angles might get a little bit too scuffed. Here might be a little, actually, yeah, I'm just actually like trying to find a position to get stuck here. Maybe make this like super obvious that you can like, wherever this cuts off, you can run from the unclipped position. It's a little bit inconsistent. I got stuck there. Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard. All the little edges here. This used to be in the version that was not this open. you were already able to like peek a leg over there and just like pre-aim, pre-fire. I like the changes here. This back area seems a little bit too large for whatever reason, but I get it. This angle is horrendous. Nordic gave some good feedback about like this sort of thing. You know, just like some sort of a board in the way. I guess you don't necessarily want to do that because it's pretty, but you should do that. I don't know why I hyperfixated over this detail. I just didn't think it's like you're so well reusing like assets from Dust 2 or whatever. I thought that was super smart. T's got so easily over mid in those playlists. It was like I was positively surprised, and also that the T's got like they took a second wind in taking middle once they got like this macaroni area, and they like kind of flanked. It's kind of cool to see. And then B, there's definitely some like the lower area makes a cool pacing thing happening here, where there was always one player like kind of hiding here, and then T's up here, they would have to be like really careful on giving out information for this guy to call out to his team, like, oh yeah, 3 above me, and then this guy like CT rotating here like can flash, and then another guy can peek from here. It's like those sorts of the actual information that you have from a guy just like playing default is crazy. It's like kind of unparalleled. Beautiful. I think those are all the things that I can actually comment on. Oh yeah, remove this. Remove this. I think from clutter side of things, that's pretty much going to be it. There was like, I thought that you were able to run past here. Get kind of stuck. But yeah, CT saving positions are few. I mean, plenty. Not few and far in between. Very plenty. Yeah. But anyway, good job with the changes. The changes definitely are making the map feel better, making the map look better, in the way that like players can instantly spot out like familiar things and intuitive things that make sense, as in, oh, I know how this is going to play, or I know what I'm going to be expecting from a certain angle before they have even played it, and then the skill ceiling just like kind of keeps on growing from there. By the way, this area always felt like oddly empty to me. I mean, it is kind of oddly empty. I don't know, maybe like a grate here, even like as a little detailing. Oh yeah, also a couple of areas felt a little bit too dark for me. Like, I love the moody lighting here, but maybe just like a little bit of an unrealistic upping of brightness. And also like on this stone texture, it's like a little bit more, or rather less contrast. Everything's been so smoothly clipped, except for the fucking this here apparently. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. Those were 3 very pleasant games to spec. I hope you enjoyed watching those. I think that's it. Anyone
Olaf,
else?
you forgot to press record.
Anyone else closing words?
We love you, Fmpone.
Well said.
Or emoji Fmpone.
Yo.
Fmpone more like gaming.
Silver Tea is bad.
All right.
What?
Wow.
I didn't even
All
play
right.
against him, but he's bad.
All right.
All right.
Oh,